What's up, gamers? Welcome to episode number, 13 of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. In the last episode, we did something, and in this episode, we're going to do more somethings. I need to finish this shit, like, now, so that's just gotta happen, I guess. 23rd of February at 9:23 a.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh my god, back the fuck up. Jesus. You good, dude?
This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything.
And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you.
I always appreciate your help, Miss Susato.
Sovereign certainly selfishly sidelined!
Ah!
Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume.
Good morning! Good morning, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Listen to you two, chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here! Why would you do that? Why?
Oh dear, we didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you.
I was waiting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death. Or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for! That's why I had my eyes shut!
I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You'll have to forgive me.
And you mustn't talk of your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume.
That was just an example!
Oh yes, there it is. Inner calm.
You barely came to see me at all yesterday! I was sure you'd abandon me and return to a beautiful long-lost homeland!
We've not even been in Great Britain for a week yet.
Yes, well, anyways, I need water. My mouth is all sorts of sleep. I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth.
I've actually reached an important decision myself.
Oh? What sort of decision?
I shall fill you in after the trial.
Alright. The fuck ever.
It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits.
It's a very clear message, I think, that he's overslept again.
The great detective, my arch nemesis! Long may he stay away, if you ask me.
Defendant and your legal representative. The trial's about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately. Jesus. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Saseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client, and keep fighting to the very end. That's all! I want to, like, make the fucking lighting better. There we go. It's been a few minutes. Oh, look at him stanced up over there. This fucking guy.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready.
Yes, the defense is ready.
Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed?
Absolutely. Justice will be done, you mark my words.
I feel obliged to say I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat isn't sitting just right.
Well, I wonder if you can adjust my hat for me. And please, be as ruthless as you like.
Thieves deserve to die if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I have no sympathy for the man at all.
Look, I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I don't have time for this. I've got my own problems.
And may the Lord show us all to the light here and lead his flock to a righteous verdict again today.
Now, Lord Van Zeeks, what can you tell us? The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea.
So he does have the results.
Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock, pray allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defence, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid and a little impression on the top of it.
Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night.
Well, the brains at the yard analysed it, and yes, you're right, it was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it.
No poison at all.
In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear.
What a revelation!
Alright, well, we can pack it up, because we're done, as I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Sosuke Natsume, is blameless.
Objection!
My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction.
What? Racist?
Yes, it's true. No poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty?
My word, the water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel.
Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand.
Fuck, I'm so tired, dude. Oh my god.
Very well. I will uphold the prosecution's request.
Mr. Shamspeare.
Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend.
Bailiff, show Mr. Shamspeare to the stand.
I think we can clutch up. I'd like to say I could clutch up.
Whoa, did you just kiss me? Oh! Ugh!
Mr. William Shamspeare, the victim of this despicable crime.
Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a bellyful of the foul fluid given in mine innocence.
Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe.
Jesus.
By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes.
One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a room full of the sweet fuel given.
That's right, fellow jurors. Don't forget, this man's a rotten thief. I haven't forgotten. Kept all that about an ice coin in a tiny secret, didn't you? You should have owned up sooner.
Arrest him, I say! Arrest him at once, and let him feel the sting in my tail!
Indeed, by dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends. I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? cowards die many times before their deaths, and for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me! Objection! But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shamspeare?
Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak.
Very well. Let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is that poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea.
I want you to know, I'm like looking at how this shit goes down. This game is actually kind of stupid. I don't really like this one, but I have to finish it because I started the first one. Also, I want to know, you know what I mean? Even though this is a completely separate story, it's like vaguely related. The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Thus 'tis no surprise that poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap. What a fucking...
The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience.
Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance.
But no poison bottle was found at the scene.
Because, quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room. The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide.
Ugh, I knew that.
By now, it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused hands.
Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspeare, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause, I have naught to lose.
Well, I do declare.
Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and examine the pair of teacups. This is what I'm supposed to do here. So, let's go ahead and examine. And then this must be the cup that Mr. Shamspeare was drinking from then. It's stained on the inside.
Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea.
Oh, really? I've never noticed before.
You've never noticed?
Well, I never leave it in the cup. Blah, 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 blah. Jesus Christ. And there's no ring. Yeah, but he said that he drank it super fast. Or he didn't drink it at all. Which means there'd be a ring. Okay, so then on statement 3, present the updated cups. Objection! And say he's full of shit. You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible. How, chop logic? What is this, ye darky clad fiend? The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof.
Incontrovertible?
What difference?
Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's a clear visible ring.
Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough.
Indeed, such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while.
And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring.
Good lord, you're right! It's completely clean.
And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it? Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted.
Drink.
Tea. Well, it's hot.
That's right. Yes! The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. Ah! If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well, after the several hours the tea was left standing. But, in short, Mr. Shamsphere, you clearly lied to the court! Get thee to another!
Objection!
As a rule, I fill my hallowed chalice up to 7 times during any one trial.
You might want to keep that information to yourself. Yeah, goddamn.
Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intend until the bottle is dry.
Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. To William Shamsphere,
Yes, my liege.
though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice for the leftover tea in the accused's cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken? Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? A fact that had vanished from your memory until now.
How fucking can I caught him lying? Faith, my liege, thou art a magician, for verily 'tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night. What? Also, I was mistook. I did plan to use the tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but lo, when I looked 'twas empty, and thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest. Objection! And you've just suddenly remembered now that you made a mistake before? Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection!
People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only, and secondly, that the spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court.
The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts.
Furthermore, that testimony remains valid in full support of the established facts. In other words, the inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist.
No!
What does this mean then?
I do declare, it means there's no issue with the gas safe testimony.
Apart from the bit about the thief and gas, obviously.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery Alehouse that night, not did pass my lips but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as death.
And on what did you dine, sir?
Why, I did partake of my favorites, a broth as would be called soup, and a leaf as would be called salad.
As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served.
But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment is seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas. But I pray you wise and noble fellows, ne'er forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this be another. Jurors all, your humble servant Shamsphere doth entreat you, punish the Japanese fellow for his sins. My lord!
If I may speak, my lord,
Yes, Mr. Foreman.
I believe we may have been duped by that rotten defense lawyer.
By me?
do declare you may be right.
We all know the waif there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm.
But his lawyer lad said if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? He's been leading us up the garden path, that's what he's been doing.
I really never said anything like that.
But what we just heard from the victim there has opened our eyes again. We've reached a decision this time, and we won't be swayed from it.
The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman and will duly hear the jury's findings.
What? No! You can't yet!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now.
Guilty!
Guilty.
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 Alright, we're getting there. We're getting where we need to be. We're getting there. We're getting there.
I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord.
Oh, happy day!
Shut up. How is this happening? My lord! The defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination.
Very well. The court upholds the defense's right.
Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth.
This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged.
Jesus. Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions.
Oh, man of logic, mate. Now, having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty.
I agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying.
The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gas is.
Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes.
Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times.
If nothing else passes the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there?
I mean, he's got a fucking point.
I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind.
No, you really should mind!
The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Shakespeare was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that.
Then how are we supposed to turn this around?
I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shakespeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly.
But that's certainly almost impossible at this stage.
If we don't manage it, though, Mr. Natsume will.
We'll be found guilty.
No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
So I need to press on Juror 4's statement.
Hold it!
Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas?
There's an ordered attack underway here, in case you hadn't noticed.
Okay, so Juror number 3 reacts. I need to go do that.
And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so.
She's really buzzing now.
All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity? What about getting electrocuted? What about that?
Excuse me.
Juror number 3, is everything alright?
Quite alright, thank you.
Oh, no, I mean... Was something said what? I did it too early. I fucked that up. Hold on. God fucking hell.
Hold it!
Shit pisses me off. Wait, so where did I leave off?
A little explosion here and there is nothing in comparison.
He didn't.
Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable.
My point exactly, but the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know.
More devious? Who, madam?
Other gas companies, of course.
Other gas companies? Not quite what I was expecting.
We generate gas and deliver it to our customers fair and square.
Indeed. Nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company.
But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all.
What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people?
You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see. Insane that!
They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible?
Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But those devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the household supplied by those pipes. And they take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours without us even knowing.
They're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally. What a brazen form of theft!
When we visit customers' houses to collect the money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to its tricks.
Excuse me? Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3?
Oh golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself.
I really did catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct?
Well, yes. I just got a little riled about it recently, you see.
Go on.
An Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work. We no task for your corporation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in, and do you know what he did?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Please tell us.
He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed me over the pipe and started blowing into it.
What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there.
Oh please, everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you.
What do you mean?
I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect the customers to our pipe network.
Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it?
Obviously, there's gas in the pipes. This is a fairly low pressure. It's at a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any light connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment.
Ah, I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe, the lights have been adjacent properly that have no contact with your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes.
Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. The reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker.
The trouble is, the particular worker who came into my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe before his night. You can guess what happened, can't you?
Well, if he blew hard, then... Wait, you mean...
That's right, the lights didn't just flicker, they went out, along with the stove. Gas started pouring into the house.
What a disaster.
The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard so the flames went out. I'm afraid I yelled at the fella. Are you trying to kill us all, I said.
So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps...
Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Juror number 3, the defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information.
Oh, well, if you like, I don't mind.
Well, I do! That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues that try to diddle us.
Like I said, madam, it's widely known already.
Very well. Juror number 3 will amend your statement accordingly.
Yes, my lord, although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is.
I don't know, it's okay. Okay, so let me... Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me save the game. I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna stop for now. We'll continue this in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.